Hi, what's up, y'all? It's popping. It's D. About to react to this video by Jamari. This is Logan Paul finally admits it. He's finally admitting fault for his shenanigans and his scamming. About time. It's been about 3 months, brother. So you kind of late, but sure. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's watch.
So today, Logan Paul took to Twitter to drop what I would think is going to be his last response to these scamming allegations. As you guys already know, in Logan's initial video response,
His beard is
the man took
tier.
absolutely no accountability. He was pretty much looking for anyone he could point a finger at to put the blame on. And in a lot of ways playing the victim, even saying that he was going to sue CoffeeZilla for his 3-part video series he had made on him. And then the following day, he posted a podcast that I think Logan totally thought was going to be some sort of victory lap. But in reality, it completely blew up in his face. And it left even the biggest Logan Paul fan, like I'm talking about the biggest Logan Pauler out there, the type of guy who's putting on his little Logan Paul underwear every single morning with glee on his face. He left even that guy saying, maybe my superhero really isn't a good guy. Maybe all of that character development that he showed over the last 5 years was really nothing but a farce. And maybe, just maybe, my favorite influencer is not to be trusted.
Not busted.
So like I said, Logan has now posted this third video where he's apparently going to be taking a bit of accountability for his actions.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in.
Thank you for telling us what we already knew, Logan. We knew CoffeeZilla wasn't a scammer. And we also knew that you were not going to win that defamation case against him. And you were really grasping for straws talking about we're going to sue you for illegally recording a private phone call.
We're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
He's also still running with this narrative that what he's doing here wasn't a scam. He's saying he didn't plan to pull the rug out on his fans. And I guess what else can you really expect? I mean, the guy doesn't want to put himself in some sort of legal trouble saying, oh yes, I'm a scammer, I did it. But you just know it hurt his ego really bad to have his name, his brand, and his reputation all associated with the word scammer from here on out.
But the fact is that suing CoffeeZilla is not going to help CryptoZoo holders, so I do need to focus my attention where it should be, which is on fans and supporters of me. You guys mean the world to me, so I'd like to announce my 3-step plan moving forward. Step 1, Jeff and I are going to burn our Zoo tokens so we have no financial upside in the game, and it will add value to holder tokens. Step 2, we want to offer a rewards program for players who are disappointed in the status of the game. So essentially, you're going to be able to burn your base egg or your base animal for the mint price, which was 0.1 ETH or the equivalent in BNB. I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC for base animals and base eggs, completing the marketplace, and obviously completing the releasing your animals into the wild to accrue your yield function.
So if I'm understanding all of this properly, it seems like Logan Paul is actually trying to right some of his wrongs, and it seems like if you did invest in the CryptoZoo, you're going to have the opportunity to get your initial investment back. And like he said there, he also plans on actually finishing the game and making the CryptoZoo an actual functional project. So good on him for doing this. I do think if this would have been his initial response, maybe this whole thing would have already blown over. But man, were those first 2 responses just so scathing against him, making him look like an absolute buffoon. And I also want to be clear that I feel if CoffeeZilla never made that 3-part video series, Logan Paul would most likely not have spoken out publicly when it comes to CryptoZoo again, and I don't think that he would have done all of this correcting his mistakes. But at this point, this is probably the best thing he could do, and even if it is just to save his reputation and to save his brand, at least these investors are hopefully going to get their money back, which is what really matters in the grand scheme of things.
Say I am disappointed in how this was handled internally is an understatement. There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community. My sole obligation is to my supporters, and I know this video is long overdue. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. for how this has unfolded thus
This
far.
seems genuine,
And
though.
I want people to know that they can trust me and that I'll always take care of the fans and people who support me. I appreciate your guys' patience while we do our internal investigation, and I promise to be transparent and disclose any information we find out in the process. And lastly, thank you, CoffeeZilla. You have catalyzed this, and I am very grateful for your work and your investigation. And I mean that. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I'm calling cap on that last statement. I'm sure that Logan wishes so badly that this whole thing never happened. I mean, it was really a hell of a way for him to kick off this new year. I'm telling you guys, at this point, Logan was receiving so much negative press. Like I already said, he was taking it from every direction. And he really had no choice but to put out a statement like this. Would I personally trust this guy for 1 second? Hell no.
And look, he ain't got no... Oh, you got lips now. Something happened, Logie. You didn't have lips back here, but or no beard. Oh my god, oh my god.
Personally,
but then you got some lips.
Hell no.
Look at these lips. They a little plumper. I mean, they still very, very small, but but they better than what they used. You know what?
Do I think his career is still gonna prosper? Do I think his soft drink company will still continue to grow? And do I think he'll still be able to continue this whole Logan Paul empire? Of course. It's just crazy. All he had to do was respond this way from the very start, and he wouldn't have had as big of a hole to dig himself out of. All I know is that, Logan, you need to stay away from these crypto projects, stay away from the NFTs, and stay away from those animals, my guy. But this was just a quick video to kind of tie a bow on this whole situation. Y'all let me know what you...
Okay. Alright, this is the last video I'm going to make on this. It seems to be over anyway, but let's move on. Alright. He seemed genuine in his response, but again, I don't know the ins and outs of, you know, what occurred with Crypto Zoo, so I can't speak on it, of course, but he seemed like he was genuine in what he had to say. But yeah, just don't invest in people's random NFTs and crypto. I wouldn't advise that, honestly. Get you some ETH. I just looked it up. Sorry, I was looking at my phone for a few seconds, but I was just looking up the price of shit. And yeah, invest in you some Ethereum. He mentioned BNB, Binance. They got a good coin as well. There are other legitimate crypto that you can invest in. I wouldn't do this though, you know. So hopefully this is a lesson out there for people. But yeah, he's sorry, I guess. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.